Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of your friends that have joined us for this video. And in today's video, we're going to continue talking about conditions, specifically conditions where there's multiple tests going on in the same test. Okay. What do I mean? I mean, like, look, so far it's like it's been an either or. Now we're sitting in a situation where we've got two ors, or. Okay. Where they're clustering the condition statements and they're testing more than two items. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at this so that you understand how it works. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you write your logic, don't use nest all these freaking multiple conditions in a line. Break it down into 2, 3, 4 conditions in an if else. Okay, it's going to make your life a lot easier because going back, you're going to be able to trace the logic a lot faster than trying to remember all the different rules for when you're comparing more than two variables at the same time. Okay. Now, with that said, we're going to go ahead and do a little reading, and then we're going to go run this little bit of code here, and then I'm going to try to explain how this works. But after 30 years of IT, I still get confused by this stuff. That's why I don't use it in my code, and you shouldn't use it either. Now, with the rant over, let's go ahead and get some reading done. Alrighty then. Here's what the manual has to say about this subject. I'm just going to go ahead and let it talk, and I'm probably not going to comment on it. Here we go.
Python Training Video 26, More on Conditions. The conditions used in while and if statements can contain any operators, not just comparisons. The comparison operators in and not in check whether a value occurs, does not occur, in a sequence. The operators is and does not compare whether two objects are really the same object. This only matters for mutable objects like lists. All comparison operators have the same priority, which is lower than that of all numerical operators. Comparisons can be chained. For example, a less than b equals C tests whether a is less than b, and moreover, b equals c. Comparisons may be combined using the Boolean operators and or, and the outcome of a comparison, or of any other Boolean expression, may be negated with not. These have lower priorities than comparison operators. Between them, not has the highest priority and or the lowest, so that a and not b or c is equivalent to a and not b or c. As always, parentheses can be used to express the desired composition. The Boolean operators and or are so-called short-circuit operators. Their arguments are evaluated from left to right, and evaluation stops as soon as the outcome is determined. For example, if a and c are true but b is false, a and b and c does not evaluate the expression c. When used as a general value and not as a Boolean, the return value of a short-circuit operator is the last evaluated argument. It is possible to assign the result of a comparison or other Boolean expression to a variable. For example, string 1, string 2, string 3 equals Trondheim, hammer dance. Non-null equals string 1 or string 2 or string 3 to a variable. For example, non-null Trondheim. Note that in Python, unlike C, assignment inside expressions must be done explicitly for the walrus operator, equals. This avoids a common class of problems encountered in C programs, typing equals in an expression when equals was intended.
Okay, enough of that nonsense. Before I stop this part, okay, this is how I would code this. I would go, if A is less than B, and then underneath that, nested under it, I'd go like, is B equal to C? Okay, makes it a lot freaking easier than to go like, oh, let's see, I'm evaluating from left to right. Freaking, I hate. Can you see I'm a little post-traumatic stress disorder from having to read people's spaghetti code. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, princess, let's look at the output. All right. So what's going on here? It's this is a null value here because there's nothing in between the ticks. Okay. So string 1 is going to be equal to that. String 2 is going to be equal to that. And string 3 is going to be hammer dance. Okay. Now to verify that, we want to go ahead and display the values that are in there so that we make sure that's how it looked. Now what are we doing here? We're going like, oh, we're going to make this equal to this or this or this. Huh? What? Okay. Let's go. So I guess it's going to be what's in string 1. Oh, look. Now, just because it says not null doesn't mean it's got, this is a variable. It's not anything freaking spooky, but it is doing something spooky here. Somehow, it's bypassing the null value. I don't know why. That's why I hate these things, because there's some freaking kludgy logic going on here. It bypasses string 1, finds a value in string 2, moves it, and then shuts down. Okay, and how do we know that? Because, oh, not null. Okay, now, that's how this logic works, maybe. Like I said, I find it confusing. You're smarter than me. Maybe you'll do better with this little bit here than I am doing. Anyway, princess, love you. And don't forget to have fun today. All right? All right. Bye.